T minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's get ready to sucker!
Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time, big time. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of crime. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. Lot of signs, smoky in the air, that's a lot of crime. Just running over with the dollar signs. Try and take it from me. Big time. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of shine. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of crime. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, from me, from me, from me, from me. Big time, double nine. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, Richie. I got the ad right over top of your head. I don't mean to be that guy. So keep your chin up, kid. It is Football Friday, ladies and gentlemen, in Northeast Ohio and pretty much everywhere else too. I know they're not starting next week till in Pennsylvania. But ladies and gentlemen, we are already one day in to football season here in YSN country. A great, great, great showing last night. And if you didn't tune in, shame on you. Because there were 4 unbelievable games. A lot of offense in one of them. A lot of defense in another. We had a young lady who was the only, to my knowledge, and credit to Steve Ruman for this, to ever be the only person to score. Just a female scoring all the points in the Howland Niles game. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Guys, last night, before we get to our national day, what was your favorite moment of last night being Football Night in America on a Thursday? Paul?
I had a chance to go to the Canfield Poland game, and just to see the game was great itself. 2 brothers going at it on their dad's field. But the greatest part of it was at the end of the night, after both teams went to the locker rooms, both coaches came back out, and they had a lot of family there and a lot of family from out of town. and they all met on the 50-yard line at midfield and had this big group picture together, the whole family, all of them. And there was probably 30, 35 Pavlanskis out there on the field. And it was really cool to see that because they haven't played each other in a while since, Canfield, when Lakeview used to be like an attack. So, it's been a while since they've played each other. So it was really cool to see that because, yeah, the stands being full was awesome and everything, but seeing those families get together, and they hadn't done it in a while, so it was really neat.
Billy, how about you? You got to take in the Ursuline game. You were being a soldier for YSN last night, and you even got compliments as we were bringing the gear in today from my wife. This was packed so nicely in the car. Who did this? And I said, that's all Billy Mack.
Well, I had the special privilege of being on the field last night in the end zone, doing some video and rooting on the Irish as they took on Bishop Hartley. And listen, I know a lot of those boys at Ursuline, and I've been around those guys. So and some of those coaches I've coached with that I seen last night. So at football, and other places. So it was really cool. It was just. I was telling Quinn on the drive up, I said, I don't know if I'm ready for football yet. I think today I would be ready for it. But when that kickoff happened, I was like, and they scored right away, I was like, oh, shit. And then when Ursuline came right back down, I was stoked. It was like, there it is. The switch just flipped on. So I'm ready. And that was, that was a hell of a game.
That was an unbelievable game. We're going to talk about that game and the video game numbers that they put up. Romo, your thoughts on last night?
I think that my favorite part of the games last night had to be watching Canfield's QB Brock Lowry. He is an absolute stud. One of my friends was texting me last night. He had the game on and I was at work. We were texting back and forth about it. He texted me and said, Canfield's QB is a stud. And I said, yeah, he's only a junior. He still has growth to make. And Richie, he's going to be able to watch that growth of Lowry through the next 2 years here. I think that if he stays on the right path, he could be playing some high D1 football in a few years.
EB?
Dude, there's so much, and to think there's only 4 games, and we still have 21 others, but honestly, I think the best thing about last night was seeing student sections back. Yep. But, that was awesome. I got to see, what the Quaker Crazies brought over to Crestview. You saw Howland's student section and the pictures we had of them, and just the whole atmosphere of having fans back in the stands and the student sections. I know we're going to talk about a bunch of these plays and be able to highlight some of that, but to me, that just makes Thursday night football and Friday night football is the whole atmosphere. So the student sections and the fans.
Ricardo?
Yeah, I think the Battle of 224 returning was my favorite moment. Just seeing, the outcome from both communities, both stands were absolutely packed. And, as EB said, the student sections were amazing. There was one point in the game where Coach Niddle and I came back from a break. It was a big third down, and the entire booth was just shaking. And we were talking about it on air. It was a pretty cool experience. And, we missed that from last year. There wasn't many fans in the stands just because of, the COVID concerns. But, having a full capacity crowd back definitely made the game very enjoyable to call.
Was it elbow to elbow last night in Poland?
It was pretty close. It was pretty close, yeah. There was a lot of standing room behind the end zone. So it returned back to normalcy like it was back in October of 2018. So that was nice to see.
It's a double-edged sword where I was. We were at Stambaugh, obviously, but there were a lot of people there, but it's hard because that's a college stadium, So they're spread out all over the place because that's what they're accustomed to. So it was interesting to me. I can't wait till tonight for that high school football atmosphere. It was a good atmosphere it was a crazy atmosphere last night at Stambaugh Stadium. I'll tell you that on many different fronts from beginning to end, from the moment I arrived to the moment I left. It was just a whirlwind. But I will tell you this is having that I think you guys are absolutely right. Having the atmosphere back. We know we missed it last year. We knew we had a job to do and provide the service, but my goodness, did we miss the fans. Makes our job, arguably, you've all been there, makes our job a little easier to get excited and to feel the pulse of the crowd as well. So, Man, so happy. So happy fans are back. We call him Radar. Russell Pavlov saying, when is the YSN high school football game night pregame, audible call, and the Dickey Electric scoreboard going to air tonight? Yes, it will. I can't wait to call in 330-886-0813 during both pregame and the Dickey Electric scoreboard. We will not have a pregame. We are eliminating the pregame due to the fact that announcers have to get from place to place. So the pregame is out, but we will have the audible call. Mikey's on his way. Steve Leslie will be on his way, and we have a gang of people that are ready to call out touchdowns for you tonight and do the Omaha and that whole thing, including my wife. So if you hear a female voice in the background, that's my lovely wife. What else was I going to say? The Joe Dickey Electric scoreboard show will be intact, and we will be giving, hopefully this is the way it works. We're trying to make sure this is it. Anthony's going to be in the seat too, as well as Mike Ackelson and Steve Leslie. We are trying to make it so you can actually see the coaches, see the players right here, just like this, with our format that we use. So I think that's a different dynamic. It's one thing to hear the players. And by the way, transitioning to National Radio Day, sorry, radio. If video killed the radio star, we are squashing the bug that is anybody on radio. Because, listen, we're here. 20,300 people can't be wrong with 4 games last night. So we are excited to bring any guesses how many people are going to tune in tonight? How many views YSN's going to have? I'm going 6 figures.
I'd agree. I mean, if you got 20 in just 4 games, I mean, I think that's, you're going to definitely quadruple.
175.
I'm going to go 368,000.
It's like the price is right over here.
$1.
Yeah.
Steve Gilmartin, so glad football is back. He sent me a picture last night of his setup. What's the best matchup for the night? We're going to get to that in just a minute. Amo says 100K tonight. I'm going to guess that as well. And I don't think this will be the biggest night. I think we are weeks 3 and 4 are going to be some of our biggest nights. As the temperature starts to dip a little bit, I think the numbers will go up. Also, as some of these matchups mean more as we head into conference games and stuff like that, people want to see these games as well. So, without further ado, it is a Football Friday, and that can only mean one thing. Richie, I'm just going to put that comment up.
No, dude, you got to keep him because he looks like Mr. Wilson from Home Improvement.
He's our face of the franchise. We can't put him behind the logos.
Look, give the rest of us who don't have a face like his some airtime. Come on, we know what Richie brings to the table.
Okay, deal.
I'm beautiful.
Okay, deal. Here we go. Just kidding. All right, it is picks. That's what we do. That's what we're known for. That's what the people show up to see here on Fridays. Can we put the disclaimer up of there is many times outside of Billy Mack, there is nothing personal with these picks. We're just trying to we're just having a little bit of fun. So we want you to join in on our picks. We want you to chime in. Who do you think are going to win these YSN games each and every night? And hey, Paul might be able to make another sell for you because he's getting better at all the digital stuff, and we can get the fans involved. I think that'd be cool. Don't you? Is that crazy?
We could do a fan vote for each game.
Yeah, we could do that. Paul's like, oh, that's just more work for me. Let's go. Where do you want to start, Paul?
Right at the top.
Barberton at Louisville. So that game will be Ben and is it Ben and Rob?
What it says.
I don't know. I don't think that's right, but Ben, I know Ben's going to be there. So let's get to this one. Barberton at Louisville. Probably. In case of one unknown, we know Louisville. But Louisville is one of those question marks. You just never know who they're going to be until midway through the season. Being that they're a YSN team, though, I'll start things off, and I'm going to say Leopards. McNuggies, who do you have?
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to go Louisville on this one.
Paul?
I picked Louisville. I'm back because I already put all my picks in already, so I'm writing everybody else's down.
I'll take
we
Louisville.
Still have to hear your picks too, buddy. Cheater. Roma.
I'm going to go Louisville. Go Leopards on this one.
EB?
Just keep it rolling. We'll go Louisville.
Steve says, "Don't let me get hot." Louisville by 2 scores from Dom. Louisville from Mardell. Billy, who do you have?
Well, Barberton's got a bunch of guys going to the max, so I'm going to go ahead and go Barberton.
Ooh, the bad guy.
See, he's got the scouting report in here.
Hey yo, that's Billy Mack. Steve goes Louisville. Add Steve to the column. All right, reverse skate. Here we go.
Jeff and Quinn both picked him too. So
okay. Brookfield at McDonald. Who did Jeff and Quinn pick?
Jeff took McDonald. Quinn took Brookfield.
Okay, Billy, who do you have?
McDonald.
EB?
I'm going to go Brookfield. McDonald loses a lot from last year, and I think they have to really find a replacement for Shadle. So give me Brookfield.
Roma?
I'm going to go Brookfield as well. Yeah, I mean, those are big shoes to fill of Dom Shadle. So I'm going to go with Brookfield in this one.
I'll take Brookfield.
Okay. Paul?
I took Brookfield as well.
You guys realize Brookfield lost its only weapon they had last year.
I'm going to take McDonald.
I'm also going to take McDonald. Next game. Oh, man. This one should be one of the last ones we pick. Cardinal Mooney at Boardman. Mooney. That one. I'm not sure about that one. I'm going to go Mooney.
You said where's the game at Boardman, you said?
It's at Boardman.
I'll take Boardman.
Paul.
It was a sweep. Jeff, Quinn, and myself all took Mooney.
Okay. I think Richie just froze. He's going to be so mad. He's had the worst technical luck in the last 24 hours out of anybody. He'll pop back up. He's on Paul's Wi-Fi. Romo.
I'm going to go with Mooney in this one.
Okay. EB?
This is tough, but I'm not going to go against Seth. I feel like he has a lot to prove, and Boardman has a lot of athletes everywhere. Give me the Spartans.
Okay, Billy?
New coach, week moved up. The season moved up a whole week, lost a week. So I'm going Cardinal Mooney Cardinals.
Wow.
Actually, I want to change my pick to Boardman. I'm changing my pick to Boardman.
Why? What made you change your pick?
Terrence Thomas.
He ain't playing. At least that I know.
Disregard everything I said.
So are you Boardman or Mooney?
I'm Mooney. I'll be Mooney.
Oh.
This is why you type it, Paul. We don't use erasers.
We don't use the back of kids' homeworks.
No, it's boot camp phone numbers. Is Richie back?
No.
No.
Jim
All
Bartell
right.
says Mooney. Steve says McDonald and Mooney. All right. We'll get. Oh, here he comes. There's Richie. Richie, who you got? Now you can be Mr. Wilson, Mr. Internet.
I said Boardman.
Boardman.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Cheney and Fitch. Ty will have this game from a cover. Also, by the way, I want to let people know who's doing the game, so I apologize. Brookfield at McDonald, Alec and Matt. They did a game last night. They'll be doing this game tonight as well. We have Cardinal Mooney at Boardman. Will be Donnie and DJ, not this DJ. And then that's a great team, by the way, doing Boardman. Cheney and Austintown Fitch. Well, that's big game Bartell. That's Ty Bartell. He will have the call for you along. I think Brandon's on the sidecar as well. So Cheney at Austintown Fitch. Richie, we'll start with you.
I'm going to go Fitch.
Okay, EB?
Yeah, this is another tough one because Cheney has a great quarterback and always has athletes, but, dude, Sherwood's back. Got to go Fitch.
Wasn't this a game last year that was really, really tight between these two teams?
Like Fitch had to come back from
2 scores in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Mardell likes Fitch. Amo likes Fitch. I think Jim Bartell went to Cheney, so I think he has to pick Cheney, if I'm not mistaken. Romo, who are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with Fitch.
Billy?
Listen, until Cheney can prove that they can stop somebody in the fourth quarter, I'm going Fitch.
Paul?
It was a sweep. Jeff, Quinn, and myself all took Fitch.
McNuggies?
I'm gonna take Fitch too.
All right, so Fitch for me as well. Jot that down. It's going to be Cheney versus the world, and we've seen Coach Emil get behind it before, and I think he's taking that into every game this year. Not necessarily that they're the underdogs, but he likes that chip on their shoulder, so it's going to be interesting. Some great athletes on Cheney. I just think Fitch is incredibly impressive, and I mean, what I saw them do in the weight room through their hype videos this summer, man, I think Fitch is going to be good. I think they're going to be better than they were last year. Steve takes Fitch as well. All right, gentlemen, we are on to a game that, by the way, we will not have on YSN tonight. We've tried to get in touch with Malvern. We were, in a nice way, told that we are not. Yeah, they politely declined. So we're going to, unfortunately, we will not have the East Palestine at Malvern game tonight. So I know there's a bunch of Bulldog fans that are going to be disappointed. We apologize, but we have to abide by the rules of the away team as well. And Paul, to understand it, none of the leagues, that league is doing it, correct?
Yeah, the teams in that league are not allowing outside teams from the league to come in to do it. And if a team inside the league wants to broadcast the game, they're going to charge them. So the outside people, it's a no. Inside people, they're going to charge their own people to do the game. So,
and that's a league I've never heard of. And nothing against Malvern, but Connaughton Valley is the only other team that I had heard of prior to this. So, and Connaughton Valley was one of the first teams we actually reached out to when we started YSN in 2017, and Brian and I were out there. There was no signal, so it didn't make a whole lot of sense for us to do that as our first team. They were like, yeah, come on out, but there's no signal here. So I can only imagine the trouble that we might have had anyway out at Malvern. So Bulldog fans, no game tonight. On YSN, you can still go to the game, and I highly encourage you to head out to these games and support these kids however you can. But you will not see it on YSN, unfortunately. All right, picks. East Palestine at Malvern. East Palestine coming off a 1-9 season last year. Who's it with? Is it me? Or are we back down at the bottom?
Wherever you want to start.
I'll go. I'm picking East Palestine. Up against it, even in Tony's coach's corner last night, he said that they're a really good team. I'm never going to pick against my Bulldogs. It's just not going to happen this year. McNuggies.
Yeah, screw Malvern. I'll go Palestine.
Yes! Yeah! Get on board! Paul.
Jeff and Quinn both took the Bulldogs, and after some conversations with somebody, I'm taking Malvern.
You're a scumbag. Billy?
Malvern.
Romo.
Listen, I would love to pick East Palestine. Malvern came off a 7-1 record last year. It's just, I'm going to have to go with the Hornets. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Don't apologize. It's a sign of weakness.
Yeah, I'm not going to apologize. I mean, look, I think East Palestine is better, but they still have a lot of growing pains. Malvern traditionally is fairly strong, and even on their down years, they're still around 500. So give me the Hornets. I'll be a scumbag. Sorry, DJ, not sorry.
No, you're not the scumbag, because here's the scumbag. Scumbag Central is when there's a YSN team and a non-YSN team. I'll give you the 50%. You can pick half, right? Ursuline, Bishop Hartley. Somebody picks Bishop Hartley. East Palestine, Malvern. Dude picks Malvern. I'm starting to think he's a reliable source. I'm starting to think it.
Wow.
Hello, Paul from Southwest.
Gonna go there. Hey, what are you gonna tell? What are you gonna tell your boy Jamie Thompson, one of your stud boys? He took Bishop Hartley and he took Malvern big. He said.
Scumbag.
So there you go.
You're not alone here. I'm saying, you guys can start a club or something. Scumbag Central, or Well,
Well,
I
hey,
don't know.
Billy's our president. Billy's the president of this scumbag central, so
Why is that?
I'm in my
oh,
own
he was scumbag from last year. It just carries over.
No, it's like one of those clubs where it's a different president every year.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
yearly thing.
All right. So I guess I'm up for nomination of president. Jamie can be vice president. That's fine. We'll see at the end of the year what happens.
I think Carrie can figure out who's going to be president of that club.
Yeah.
She can choose. She can vote who's the president of that club.
I know. I got her over here telling me, don't speak ill of Jamie.
See? She'd be like, take your shirt off first, and we'll figure out who this is. Billy, didn't you pick Cheney on running point?
Yeah, I ran misdirection play.
BMAC says East Palestine. All right. There we go. Have we been giving Jamie's? Yeah, that's with Quinn, right? No, you've been given. You haven't been giving.
Yeah, Jamie sent me them all in a text. I didn't get a chance to write them all down yet. So
Yeah, what's the running point? They already did theirs at the end.
All right. Garrettsville, Garfield at Cardinal.
Who did Richie pick?
I don't know. He's not here.
Oh, I can't see. I went to something else.
I'll text you. I'll have him text you tonight when I see him.
Garrettsville, Garfield at Cardinal. This game will also not be on the air just because Cardinal is what, Cleveland?
Yeah.
Cardinal Middlefield.
Yeah, that is a tough, a very tough drive for somebody. So we apologize. That game not going to be on the air tonight either. Garfield Big says BMAC. I'm going to agree with him. I like Garrettsville Garfield a lot this year, a lot. Let's go McNuggies.
Yeah, Garrettsville Garfield. They were Beaver Locals last game last year. They look pretty damn good. I'll take them.
Paul.
It was a sweep. Jeff, Quinn, and myself took Garfield.
Welcome back. Billy.
The G-Man.
Romo.
Garfield.
And EB.
I'm with it. Billy always said like Garfield's like the south range of that county, and it kind of stuck with me. And you watch him over and over again last year. It's kind of true. So give me the G-Men.
Chris Williams saying Mooney, Fitch, Malvern. He likes those picks. Chris, we're going to have to throw hands. You picked against my Bulldogs. So next time we see each other, we'll have to scrap. That's all. Steve Gilmartin says Garfield. So is that a sweep for Garfield? Nobody takes Cardinal.
Nope.
Good for them. Good for them. All right, McNuggies, you want this one? This is the one you're calling. It's Indian Valley at Beaver Local. Tell us why we need to pick the Mighty Beavers.
Well, you look at Beaver Local, specifically on offense, they got a lot of skill players. I know that they lost senior quarterback Tanner Johnston and wide receiver Dylan Moore, but you still have the main skill player everybody's going to be watching, Caleb White, a state track champion in the 100-meter just last spring, so he's going to be a big piece of that offense. Dorian Jackson, a wide receiver, he's going to be used a lot more than he was last year. And then a state track finalist in Joe Mont, he could be getting the bulk of carries at running back. The skill positions at wide receiver, running back, and even at tight end, at some points when you get guys like Wyatt Lloyd and Dylan Ferguson in the game, they are going to be explosive offensively. Defense up front, their front seven, stopping the run specifically is going to be what that defense banks on. But I feel like Beaver Local could have a very solid year offensively, and I think that they beat Indian Valley. And considering that the front seven is going to be their strength defensively and Indian Valley runs the ball a lot, this could be a good game for Beaver Local.
All right, I like hearing that. Does that change anybody's outcome of this game? Did it sway anybody into Beaver Local that wasn't there before? Yay, nay? I was there to begin with. I'm taking Beaver Local. Paul?
Tell me why I should take Indian Valley.
Why should you take Indian Valley?
Because you're.
Well, I mean, you're the reigning president of the Scumbag Central, so I mean, there you go.
I took Beaver Local. Quinn took
Who's he
Beaver
even
Local.
talking to?
I don't know.
Jeff
There's
took
nobody back
Indian
there.
Valley.
Who are you talking to?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, but you have to answer the question first. There's nobody back there. You're talking to the fridge.
I'm going to take
What the hell is he looking at?
Beaver Local.
All right, the Beavers. Romo.
I'll go Beaver Local as well.
Okay.
Yep, chalk me up for the Beavers.
All right. I like it. I'm sorry, Paul. Who did you say that? Jeff and
So
Quinn
I
took?
said Quinn and myself took Beaver Local, and Jeff took Indian Valley.
Who'd Jamie take?
Jamie took Beaver Local.
Is it Indian Valley or Indian Creek?
I think it's Indian Creek.
Valley.
Valley.
Oh, it's Indian Valley?
No, it's Indian Valley. They play Indian Creek later in the season.
I was gonna say,
many-
like, I've never heard of
Indians down
Indian
there.
Valley. I thought there was a.
No, they're up in they're at Janaden Hunt. It's near New Philly.
I thought they changed the wrong name. Like, hey, we're gonna go from Indian Creek to Indian Valley. Like, everybody's changed their name from Indians to Guardians. They're like, screw it. We'll throw a curveball. We'll change the other side. All right, so I like it. Beaver Local. Mikey Mack, what time you going on the air tonight?
Be on 6:30 for the pregame. We'll air the Coach's Corner players profile interviews and then take an in-depth look at each of these teams.
That a boy. And you're going solo tonight?
Yes, solo.
The legend, Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon. All right, Jefferson at Grand Valley. Will not have this game. Grand Valley didn't get back to us. Is that correct?
Yeah, they didn't get back to us to let us know we were good to go together. So
Okay, so we do not have that game tonight. We will have Jefferson on the network here this year, but these first three games are difficult because of the conference challenges and the non-conference matchups. So don't worry, folks. We still have 20 games on the network tonight. Plenty of football to be seen, but we do apologize to Falcon fans all over. Jefferson versus Grand Valley. EB, who are you taking?
I mean, if this was anything but football, I'd generally take Grand Valley, but I don't think they're a very strong football team. It's probably going to be closer than most people think, but give me Jefferson.
All right. Romo?
Jefferson, I think they're going to shock a lot of people this year. I mean, they have a lot of returning kids from a team last year that almost beat Hubbard. Jamie and I were on the call. That was a great game. And Grand Valley, on the other hand, 0-10 last year, only scored 80 points in 10 games. So I'm going to have to go with the Falcons.
All right. Billy?
Jefferson.
Attaboy. Mardell agrees with you. Paul?
I like Jefferson because I got to call the game up there last year, and they're young. They were all like sophomores last year, and now they've got a year under their belt playing some varsity football. So I like Jefferson. Quinn and Jeff both took Grand Valley, though.
Do they have a new coach? Jefferson? They do, yeah. Anthony says yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember the gentleman's name from last year, but he was on Lisbon's staff. Rankin. There it is. There's Anthony. The dictionary over there, the encyclopedia and the dictionary. So it's good for Jeff and it's good for us. McNuggies, what do you got?
I'll take Jefferson.
Jefferson, and I'll take Jefferson as well. Give me the Falcons flying high in this one. All right, Lakeview at LeBray. Billy Mack, tell us why.
I mean, this one I don't think will be close. The three-headed monster for the Bray is so much. I mean, you got even yesterday. You seen somebody on the primetime say that the Bray could be a potential state champion this year. So it's hard to when you get expectations like that. I look at the Bray as a team that's 8-2 or above, and today is not one of the losses. It's going to be too much Aiden Stevens and Carter to deal with. Too fast. And everybody's coming back for LeBray.
This is the love story that nobody knows at YSN. The LeBray and Billy Mack love story. And if you don't know this story, here it goes. Last year at this time, somebody just completely waste management trash canned LeBray and ended up on the Jumbotron in their locker room on loop of trashing them. And now someone has fallen in love. Like you've got male style with LeBray and won't leave them. Billy, why is LeBray so special to you?
It's weird because it's everybody talks about like that. They're my high school rival. They were I went to Newton Falls and that was our rival. So there's respect there as much as there is hatred. But like at the same time, I mean, I got family there, and it was always kind of entertaining for me to talk about LeBray because I always had heard instant feedback on it, and people wanted to know what I had to say about him, and you kind of embraced it and just kind of went with it. And, there's a mutual love there. And there's still a little bit of hate to it.
Always that one little hook at the end, right? That one little jab gets him. Romo, what are you thinking?
First game at Lakeview for former Hubbard coach Sam Bellino, who was on the staff at Hubbard for multiple years, but it's going to be LeBray. There's too much of them tonight for Lakeview to handle. I'm going to take LeBray.
Give me the Vikings.
All right, Paul, give it to us.
Clean sweep. LeBray, Jeff Quinn, and myself.
Okay. McNuggies?
Yeah, I'll take LeBray as well.
I really like Coach Armini, like a lot. Like he's one of those guys that is in the foxhole with you, with his players, with people that believe in the program. Give me LeBray. Give me LeBray. I really, again, I'm a big. If the coach is a certain way, it's going to be that way from top to bottom. And Mr. Armini is awesome. Coach Armini is awesome. Big fan. So clean sweep for LeBray right there, right?
Yep.
Oh, we got. Who is this, Billy?
My dude.
Who is this?
This is my dude, Aquarius.
Cool. Is
He's
this because
from North Carolina.
All right. North Carolina. Was that Petey Pablo?
Yeah.
North Carolina. Raise up.
Off.
That's way before you, McNuggies.
Way before.
That was like you're being made to that music.
Oh, God, I hate that.
Legendary.
Oh, Lisbon at Wyndham. Rick Daly will have the call. Oh, by the way, Billy Mack and Richie will have the call for the LeBray Lakeview games. And I got to imagine that you're excited to work with Richie, number one, but excited to show Richie a little bit of LeBray football.
Yeah, we did the game last year together, and he's excited about the air horns and the Viking helmets, man. They were out in full force last year, so it should be wild tonight.
All right, Lisbon at Wyndham. Rick Daly has the call, and if you know Rick will have something up his sleeve. He's broadcasted a game beside a volleyball named Wilson as his broadcast partner. It can get crazy, and we let him do what he does because he's good at what he does. Enjoy this game at 7 p.m. tonight. Lisbon at Wyndham. I am going to go. Oh man, this is tough because this is going to be a good game either way. I'm going to go Lisbon. I'm going to go Lisbon tonight, and only because my guy Kyle Bing, the AD, called and gave me love earlier on the phone, talking up YSN. So, Kyle, you're the reason I'm picking tonight, as Wyndham is a new YSN school. So, the Bombers, welcome to YSN. Let's go McNuggies.
I'll take Wyndham.
Okay, Steve Gilmartin thinking the same way. Paul?
I got my Bombers shirt on today, and it was a clean sweep. What's that?
You probably paid for that, huh?
No, my buddy works out there, so he gave it to me. I know that was a smart-ass comment, but Jeff, Quinn, and myself all took Lisbon.
Oh, the swerve! That was ice cool. That was Billy Mack style. Paul, well done. Well done.
Listen, it was either wearing a Bombers shirt today or I have an orange shirt upstairs, and I wasn't wearing the orange shirt today, so I was going to wear the Bombers one.
Wow. B-Mac's loving it, except for you picked Lisbon. He throws the – there it is. The swerve. Oh, man. Amo picking Lisbon. Billy Mack, who do you have?
Listen, man, my mother is an alumni from Wyndham. A lot of family over there. But here's the secret. All their good players go to Garrettsville, so I'm going Lisbon.
A double swerve. A double swerve. Back to back. Romo.
Lisbon. I don't have anything special. Just
straight up Jesus, Lisbon. Just take it. 2 swerves is enough. EB.
Yeah, I can't swerve you, but I mean, Lisbon has some questions to answer because it's life without Peanut or Ryan McCullough. So they're going to have to find that go-to person, but this sophomore class with the Dailies and Sifty and whatnot, they're a class who doesn't really accept losing. So they're young and they don't know any better. They're going to find a way to win. Give me the Devils.
Our Lisbon expert isn't even here to tell us about who's on the roster. Quinn Pushkar. Who we got? BMAX at O and Devin Carter at LeBray.
Also true. Also accurate. Yes. There's actually more at LeBray that are from Wyndham, but yes.
This is the game I'm gonna have. It's oh wait, Paul, did you give the picks for the other two? It was all Lisbon, right?
Yeah, it was a clean sweep.
Sorry about that. What did Jamie say?
I keep asking about Jamie.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah, only because I didn't have his stuff loaded in yet, and you're asking me. Jamie took Lisbon.
All right.
Lisbon, LeBray, Jefferson, Beaver Local, Garfield, Malvern, Fitch, Boardman, Brookfield, Barberton. Oh, look, he went against Louisville. There you go. Catch everybody up.
Thanks, buddy. Louisville at Columbiana from Firestone Park. That's where I will be on the call with my buddy, Mr. Malone, Mr. Anthony Malone. We'll have that call. Listen, I don't know where to go on this one. I don't know what Columbiana looks like. I know what they have looked like in the past and how they've continued to regress each year because their athletes were here and they're still there. It's just I don't know if everybody's caught on to that or what's going on. EB, can you help me out here? Like, what are we expecting from Columbiana this year? You're a Spate product. You're off the Spate tree.
I mean, I don't know other than a couple people that I've talked to. I know this is probably one of the years where Columbiana has some of its lightest numbers coming out to play. They're small, but like just looking at the preview and everything, they're small. Now, they do have a couple big running backs, and to my knowledge, Spate kind of transitioned back to what he's used to, and that's a triple option look. Which, if anyone knows how that goes, you're running Veer at the line, and I haven't, he practices right across the road from me. You think I'd go watch it a little bit here and there, but if you know anything about the Veer or what Spate runs, it's on the clock. 3 yards is a success rate. So they don't have the big hitters and maybe the athletic that they used to because they've graduated to Chase. They've lost some great quarterbacks in the past. I just think they have a lot of pains that they need to figure out right now. They're going to be pretty young. And if you want my honest opinion, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think they have anyone who can stop Vinny Malone. And Louisville, they can flip the field on you quick, especially with that aerial attack. I'm going to go the Rockets just because I think Columbiana needs these first couple weeks to figure themselves out, find an identity, and they're going to go through some growing pains.
Romo?
Louisville. I mean, Vinny Ballone's just going to be too much at the end of the day. I'm going to go with the Rockets.
I hate the triple option, Louisville.
Just because he hates the formation. Paul, catch us up.
So I took Louisville, Quinn took Louisville, and Jeff took Columbiana.
Betos in the Clips. All right.
And Louisville was also picked by Jamie.
Rockets picked by Amo. We got a Columbiana. I mean, Mardell picks the Clips. Jim Daly picks Columbiana. Steve picks Columbiana. What do you think there, Big Mac?
Yeah, I'll take Louisville. I think Vinny Ballone's going to be too much tonight.
I can't argue that. I think Vinny Balone is one of the best quarterbacks in the area. He's got a big arm. He's going to get it. So as much as I want Columbiana to win, everybody sees me in the red and black attack right now. I'm going to go Louisville. But something tells me that as Todd Thorne calls him, Spader, is going to have a trick or two up his sleeve. So
he'll have them ready. And I'm telling you this right now, DJ, like, you and Anthony on that call is going to be awesome because if Spade is doing a lot of the triple option or that look, which is what Anthony and I ran for Coach Bo, like Malone's just going to be like, oh, this is what's going to come. It's going to be like listening to Tony Romo, call out plays before they happen. So,
I'm going to let him go. He doesn't even know he's going to be play-by-play yet because I'm just going to let him go, and I'm going to run the camera, and I just want to watch him work because he knows.
You're going to have a blast.
He knows it. I don't. If we're calling fastballs and curveballs, I'm all over it. But if we're talking triple option, sayonara, guys. All right, more games to get through. Make sure, by the way, I want to make sure that we put this up here. Make sure you're utilizing our sponsors. They do so much for us. They're making these games possible for you tonight, absolutely free. So if you're tuning in on YSN, you're watching these games absolutely free. Also, if you're at games, tune in to other games. You can be 2, 3, 20 places all at once with us, with our advancement of technology. So we got this guy back here that's walking past, that's making sure that this stuff happens correctly, that's throwing doors open angrily like a gorilla. Make sure you're utilizing it, and make sure you're utilizing our sponsors. So thank you very much for all of that. All right, Minerva at United. Alec and Dakota will have that game in United. So it's in Hanoverton. Who do we like here? Minerva, they're the Lions, right? And then you got the United Golden Eagles. I'm going to go United. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go.
Yeah, I think United has a big week 1. I think that they win convincingly.
It's like, no, we can't. Give it time. It'll work. Triple option, I'm guessing we're talking about.
Yeah.
Paul.
So it was a sweep out of Jeff, Quinn, and myself with United, and Jamie actually took Minerva.
Well, I think we know who the president is now. Billy?
United.
Romo?
United.
Eric?
Give me Untied.
All right. Norway at Hubbard. Romo? Lay it down for us, buddy. You got the floor.
Hubbard, expecting a big season this year. Running back TC Caffey, coming back for his 3rd year, starting at halfback for the Eagles. Has 1 Division I offer so far from Youngstown State, so expect him to get a lot of the workload. Hubbard going to the wing T style offense this year for the first time under head coach Brian Hoffman. So possibly some trickery coming from the Eagles as well, but these first few weeks they'll have some growing pains as Hubbard's had 2 scrimmages, but it'll take some time to become really accustomed to the wing T style offense. But Hubbard returning 5 starters on the offensive line, which will really help Caffey. One of the starters on the line, including Alex Goodrick, a senior, who also has an offer from Youngstown State. Norway, coming off a heartbreaking loss last year, which I was on the call of against Springfield. They lost in the regional final 52-48 via Boilermaker, and then Springfield went on to make it to the state championship. Norway lost a lot of that firepower that they had on offense last year, but I still think the Bobcats are going to try to expose that Hubbard secondary a little bit. Hubbard, they're just going to have to learn as we go on defense. A lot of starters returning on defense, but there were some shaky spots last year, but I think it's going to be a shootout tonight, and I think Hubbard's going to come out on top.
I like it. Did anybody get swayed by the Romo persuasion? Billy Mack says yes. You're in on Hubbard? Oh!
No!
The only offense that I hate more than the triple option is the wing T. So as soon as I heard wing T, I was out.
When he said he didn't like the triple option, I knew he wasn't going to like the wing T.
Nah, I hate the wing T.
Make it official.
In a way, too. I mean, I'm happy that it's Hubbard, and I'll become used to it because last year in Springfield State semifinal game, do you remember who did they play? Do you remember, DJ? They were blue and red. I can't quite remember the name, but they ran a wing T style offense as well, and that was hard to announce from being a distance away in the press box. It's hard to see who has the ball on these handoffs because they're all so close together, but I'm happy that it's Hubbard, and I'll know some of the names, and it'll be easier to announce as the year goes on.
Was it the one that was the one in Zanesville, right? That we all went to?
Correct.
Man, I can't. Ford something?
Fort Fry.
Fort Fry, there it was.
That was the name.
See, I got close. Okay, EB, you like Hubbard here? You like Norway?
I don't know because I'm with Billy Mack. I hate the wing T. Here's your advice to the wing tee that you want to learn how to call it. Read the guards and get used to saying buck trap and buck sweep. And
Jamie taught me about that.
That's all you're gonna see the whole time.
And no passes more than 7 yards downfield. So when Norwayne gets up by 21, it's going to be real hard for.
And DJ probably remembers this from the old TCL days. And Cressy ran wing tee, Latonia ran wing tee. Everyone ran the wing tee and sat in the 50 defense, and it annoys the shit out of me. I mean, it's a coin flip for me, but I'm not going to leave Billy Mack stranded. I'm going Norway.
Wow. Well, Billy Mack still has to make it official. He never said Norway. He just said he wasn't going for Hubbard. So make it official. Do it, because we want to make sure everything's legit.
Yeah, Norway by a couple.
Okay. Paul?
So Jeff, Quinn, they took Norwayne. I took Hubbard. I know they got a pretty good team this year. And Jamie, he took Norwayne. Not really, he took Hubbard.
I was like, wait a minute, there's no way. Like, did you see Romo's face?
I was about to say.
I feel like Romo was searching for his phone. Like, dude,
He was about to beat somebody's ass.
I was asking for a new partner.
Buck track, buck sweep. That's Colombians in late 70s.
Yeah, and hey, the wing tee is what I grew up in. I mean, that's what South Range ran forever. And I mean, hey, it was successful for a long time. So,
all right, McNuggies.
This is tough, but I'm gonna go Hubbard here.
Didn't seem that tough. It's pretty quick. You didn't draw it out. You just went for it. Don't drop the dramatics and then just throw it out there. You have to do it like this. Here's my pick. And I'll tell you why. It has nothing to do with the formations they run. You know what it has to do with? Leadership. It has to do with the guy that's running the athletic department at Hubbard High School. And by God, let me tell you, Kevin Hogue, you believed in me when the chips were down. And by God, Kevin, I believe in you and the Hubbard Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go. Let's go. Take it to that wing tee bull crap. Let's go. I don't know. I just tried to get as dramatic as I could because Jamie's not here to do it. There's nobody back there, Billy.
He's talking to the wall.
He can
now.
literally.
No, he's talking to the wall.
He can literally roll this way, and you'd see him. There's nobody back there. All right, so that's that one. Pymatuming Valley at Mineral Ridge. Jake Silak will have it along with John Bellino. This
Move over a little bit. Move over a little bit. Billy.
No, go back, Billy. Go back. Go back. Billy, go back.
Go back the other way. Go back the other way. Go back the other way. There you go. There he is. There he is.
I'm talking to Brian.
Brian is back there. Never mind. There is somebody back there. Never mind. I thought he was still over there. False. All right. Let's with Pymatuming Valley. By the way, Mr. Silak, Mr. Bellino, don't call them Pie Valley.
Oh, they're going to. You know they will.
They do not like that. They
Steve and I. They were talking when Steve and I was calling them last year in the district final against Springfield.
They do not like that at all. So if you can avoid that, if you're watching right now, do not do it because I know who's going to get those messages of why they're not Pie Valley. But they had it on their jersey, so it couldn't have been that bad. Anyway. McPherson did it already. Dang it. See, now they're going to be mad. Like, watch the wall filming. I don't know what that means, Steve. Happy birthday. That's all I know. Give me Ridge. Give me Ridge. I like Ridge this year.
Yeah, Mineral Ridge.
Clean sweep out of Jeff, Quinn, and myself with Mineral Ridge. And Jamie took Pie Valley.
Pymatuming Valley.
I'm just reading what he typed. He typed Pie Valley.
So, wait a minute. We're not going to call them Pie Valley?
No!
Even though they got Pie Valley on their jerseys? Like, when I was at Bristol, they were always Pie Valley. And I was involved in the NAC. I mean, even their head coach had a shirt that says Pie Valley.
I know, man, but I'm just telling you, they don't like it.
Times have changed over there.
They are
So we're not
Pymatuming.
We're not going to call them Pie Valley.
By the way, I was calling Pymatuming Valley for the longest time until I actually just kind of read it. It's Pymatuming Valley.
I'm going to go Pie Valley.
I hate you. Roma.
I'm going to go with Pymatuming Valley.
Thank you.
Pymatuming Valley.
Eric.
3.14 Valley, Pymatuming Valley, PV, Pie Valley. Doesn't matter. You're not going to win. Give me Ridge.
Love it. That's a good one. All right. Obviously, Sebring versus Letonia not happening, so we don't have to pick that one. Shaw at East. Jason Ray, Kevin Kyler have the call on this one. East. Youngstown East. McNuggies.
Shaw.
Okay.
Myself, along with Quinn and Jamie, all took Shaw, and Betos is riding with the Bears.
Pause up, baby. Pause up. Billy.
Man, I would really love to go East here, but I just can't. Shaw.
Romo?
This is East Cleveland Shaw, correct?
Cleveland Shaw, yeah.
Cleveland Shaw. Yeah, I'm going to take Shaw. I didn't know if there was another. I didn't want to make a tie mistake. It's football season. You had to bring it back.
Zing! We made it through no episodes. It's like the sign on the road. We've made it through no days without an accident.
That was, oh man, I felt so bad for him when that happened because it was like he was rolling up like 650 too. Like he was already ready to rush.
There is already a problem. EB.
Dave McPherson's right. Shaw will definitely win the band contest at halftime, but give me the Bears.
Okay. South Range at Springfield. Paul, let us know.
Well, this rivalry is finally back again after not having it last year. And, you know, the Raiders had a chance to win 2 years ago at home, and they were unable to hold off overtime victory by Springfield. And they've got a bad taste in their mouth. They want this game really bad. You know, Springfield lost some weapons from last year. They still got Bo Brungard, though. And if you got Bo, you've got a chance. And it's going to be a great game. This is not only being alumni from South Range am I excited about this game. This is going to be a huge crowd. Even though they decided to only go internet only for your tickets, I think people were still able to get their tickets and get there. And it's going to be a crazy atmosphere. You know, Springfield's going to want to hold that victory from 2 years ago and say, well, hey, you still got to come beat us. And I think Dominguez and the company are going to come to town and they're going to pull this victory off. So it was a clean sweep. All four of us picked South Range.
Ooh. Okay. McNuggies.
I'm gonna go with Springfield on this one.
Okay. Tigers get one. Billy's on the phone with his agent, I think. I think I have to do this.
What did they say? Okay, gotcha. Bo knows, so Bo for Springfield. We're go. Springfield is a go.
Who the hell were you talking to on the phone?
My inside sources, Springfield's ready to go.
Well, Billy, let me tell you about a story.
Hold on, I got my yellow shirt on from last night.
I heard the sports WAP is coming back. What a predicament. All right, Romo.
I mean, Bo Brungard coming off a performance in the state championship where he ran for 261 yards and 4 touchdowns, which tied a Division VI state title game record. I think he's just going to keep those wheels churning. He's going to lead the Tigers to victory tonight. Kind of upset that Jamie picked against our Tigers, but I understand it's all business, and he's trying to win these picks at the end of the year just like the rest of us, but I'm going to go with Springfield.
You know what we got to say when you say it's all business? You got to give the Jeff Bezos line.
It's just business, baby.
That's it. There it is.
I was
Just
unaware.
business, baby.
Sorry.
Just business, baby.
It's coming back to me now, but I was unaware.
With the lisp, though. It doesn't work if it doesn't have the lisp.
Just business, baby.
There it is. All right, EB, who do you got?
Dude, this is another coin flip. I mean, you have Yeagley. It's hard to ever go against him. You return Dominguez, but dude, Bo Brungard almost single-handedly won Springfield a state championship by himself. So I'm with BMAC. I'm with everyone else. Bo knows. Give me the Tigers.
I hate this one.
Oh, can't pull the company card on this one.
You guys are breaking up. South Range. I'm taking South Range. I've battled it back and forth.
That breaks the tie. It was a 4-4 tie until then.
I've battled it for so long because I do believe Springfield is going to win a state championship. But I think they need this to do it. They haven't lost since, 2018 against McDonald?
Yep.
In the regular season.
27-game regular season winning streak?
Yeah, so, I mean, South Range needs this win, and this is going to sound weird, but it'll make sense, I think, as much as Springfield needs this loss to project them. Because they're going to make it to – I think they go 9-1. So, spoiler alert from that standpoint. But I also think they win a state championship along with it. So, take that for what it's worth. So, give me the Raiders tonight. Next game is Southern at Edison, a game we do not have. Southern at Edison, guys, thoughts? I'm taking Southern.
I'll take Southern too.
Paul?
This was a clean sweep by the whole crew over here. Everybody took Edison.
Okay. Billy?
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm still so mad at Southern right now because I picked them last year a whole bunch, and I thought they were in the network. They weren't. So Edison all day, every day, hit repeat times 10.
I forgot about that. I forgot you picked them because you thought they were just in the network. All right, I forgot about that. By the way, change mine back to Edison, please. Sorry, Paul.
Switching it?
I'm switching it. All right, go to Romo.
I'm going to go with Southern on this one.
You guys are all scumbags who pick Southern, okay?
I'll live with it.
Sounds good.
I'm going to go the whole Billy Mack. I don't know any better. I feel like they should be in the network, and I don't know why they're not. But Southern's just probably the better football team right now, and I feel like they have some better coaching. So give me the Indians or the Southern football team, whatever they are. It's
Your boy just got off work. Is Romo ready to roll or what?
Oh, I was born ready, man. I've been ready since last Friday when I was on the show. I'm just amped up right now.
Jamie, he was ready to throw hands because somebody said you picked against Hubbard, and Romo was ready to go.
I had no words. I'm still.
You were heartbroken right there. You were heartbroken.
I was gonna have to turn his mic off when he wasn't looking. It was just gonna be me tonight. Gonna have to tell him to look the other way and turn the knob down.
Is this Ian O'Brien, Paul, at Girard?
Yeah.
Okay. Ian O'Brien has the Girard game. They are against Streetsboro.
He can't have the Ursuline game. It's already gone.
I thought we had the guy for Girard.
He couldn't be there this week. CJ.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So Streetsboro at Girard. I'm taking Girard all day. All day. McNuggies.
I think I'll be the company guy and go Girard.
Okay.
I took Girard. Quinn took Girard. Jamie and Jeff, they took Streetsboro.
What are they, Rockets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rockets.
Billy took Streetsboro. Romo?
I'm going to have to go with Streetsboro. I mean, this is a team that they lost to Canfield last year in the playoffs 24-6, but I mean, they kind of held their own for a little bit with the Cardinals, so I'm going to go with Streetsboro in this one.
EB?
tough one, but I believe there's a coach by the name of Phillips whose brother is the head football coach at YSU, and he coaches at Streetsboro, and traditionally they're pretty good. I'm going to go with Streetsboro on this one.
Okay. Next game is Struthers at St. Thomas Aquinas. Eric Hughes will have that call. Give me Struthers.
Struthers.
Jeff and Quinn took Struthers. Jamie took Struthers. I took St. Thomas.
Isn't St. Thomas the team that doesn't have a football team or almost doesn't have a football team?
They played. That was the game we did Kennedy and St. Thomas last year. Remember, DJ?
Yeah, but I thought
that
that
Springfield in the play.
wasn't it this year that they weren't going to have a football team? I'd have to look that up. But I mean, I took Struthers anyways. Struthers.
Well, I mean, I'm here to win. I'm trying to make the right picks to win, so I'm going to go Struthers.
Struthers. Was that a Paul quote? Was that a Paul quote? With Jordan behind him. Go ahead, Roma.
Struthers.
Struthers. EB.
Struthers.
Valley Christian at Camel. EB, who you have? Noah has this game.
Dude, I always liked Valley Christian after last year. I'm going Valley Christian.
Okay. Roma.
Valley Christian in this one.
Billy. Psst.
I was looking. I didn't hear who you said, so I was looking on the board to see who they were playing. Valley Christian.
Okay, Paul.
I took Valley Christian. Quinn took Valley Christian. Jamie took Valley Christian. Jeff took Camel.
Valley Christian.
I'm taking Valley Christian. I think they're going to have a hell of a year. Warren JFK at Champion. Dom O'Brien has the call. The former, what should I say former? He's the alum of Warren JFK. I love Warren JFK. Everybody knows I already picked him to win a state championship in Division 7. I'm going to take Warren JFK right here too.
JFK.
JFK for myself and Jeff, along with Jamie, and Quinn actually took Champion.
Quinn's a dummy. Kennedy.
JFK. My bad. My computer just like a thing about a virus just came up. I was trying to get out of it.
Give me the John F. Kennedys.
Stop looking at those nasty sites and you'll be all right.
No,
You have 43 viruses in your
screen,
computer.
and I thought I got kicked off the stream.
Steve Gilmartin says JFK as well. Waterloo at Newton Falls. The school will have the coverage for that. We'll have you up on YSN. Let's go EB.
No, nothing about either. So, Billy Mack, what's Newton Falls like?
One thing, triple option. Kind of gives you an estimation of where I'm going.
Screw it. We'll go Newton Falls.
All right, Newton Falls 1. Robo.
Waterloo finished 4-0 down the stretch last year. I'm going to go with, what are they? The
Vikings?
So I'm gonna go with Vikings.
Billy?
Listen, let me tell you something real quick here, okay? Certain people out here in this world pick the Waterloo to go 0-10. I think they shove it up their ass week 1 and go 1-0.
Woo! Wow. That one's been in the back pocket for a minute. Paul?
Picking against his alumni. Newton Falls for myself, Quinn, and Jamie, and Jeff's going to take Waterloo.
Okay.
Newton Falls.
I'm with Billy, man. Billy swayed me. I'm going Waterloo. Let's go, Vikes. Let's go. Get that new stadium up and rolling. Let's do this. Let's do it big. Let's have a big season for the Vikings. Give me Waterloo. Wellsville at Toronto, canceled due to some COVID restrictions, so you don't have to worry about
Toronto.
You picked wrong, sucker. Toronto has a game tonight. They found a game.
Yeah.
West Branch, oh baby. West Branch at East Liverpool. I don't want to go first, but it's only fair. I will. West Branch just keeps reloading. I love what the Potters are doing. I love that Mason Ludwig is out there. He's one of, if not the top lineman in the state of Ohio. But West Branch is just they're always there. They're always there. It doesn't matter who. And DeShields, I think, is going to have a big year as well. He's going to make a name for himself. Give me West Branch. Shocker that the dude picks one game. One game. He picks one game, and it's against West Branch. We're shocked.
Yeah, put me on board with West Branch in this one.
Paul?
I took West Branch. Jeff took West Branch. Jamie with West Branch. Quinn, East Liverpool.
I'm going to go the Fighting Michael Pages.
West Branch.
West Branch.
Got to go with West Branch.
Yeah, it pains me to say it, but give me the Branch.
Potters against the world tonight. Potters against the world. All right, last game, correct?
Nope. You got a Saturday game, too.
Oh, yeah, I should know that. Western Reserve at Liberty. Kyle has the coverage on this one. Are we looking at the Devils having another big year? Or is Liberty? Are the Leopards going to have it out? I think the Leopards are going to be pretty good this year. Give me the Leopards. I at least like the graphics that they have surrounding their athletics, so give me the Leopards. There's some excitement.
I'll take Western Reserve to have another solid season. Give me them.
3 of us over here said Western Reserve, and Jamie said Liberty.
That's
Western Reserve.
Pick.
It's not a Trump County pick. Western Reserve.
I'm going to go with Liberty.
Dude, all I hear in my head is that commercial, and it goes Liberty, Liberty, Liberty. So that's where we're at. We'll go Liberty.
And our final game on the slate tomorrow, live from the Glass Bowl in Toledo, Ohio. The Yoakley clan, DJ and Sarah, will be bringing you Jackson Milton versus Hilltop. And I'm taking Jackson. Listen to me, Jackson Milton. You better win this one. We're driving to Toledo to bring it home for all of you. Let's bring home the dub. I'm taking the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I'll take Jackson Milton.
I think Jeff was the only one that took Jackson Milton here. Yeah, Jeff took Jackson Milton. Jamie took Jackson Milton. Quinn and I are going to take the Hilltoppers because they got like a 20-minute drive to get there. So that school is right there. I think that trip's going to be a long one. You know, it's a 3-hour bus ride. So that could be a long day for Jackson Milton.
I love that Jackson Milton players watch this show and comment.
YSN schools just don't play well that far away from home. Hilltop.
Considering Hilltop got outscored 325-20 last year, I'm going to go with Jackson Milton.
Let's go!
And because Romo just said that, I'm going Jackson Milton too.
That is week 1 in the books. It only took us 75 minutes, boys. So when you have that many games, we got to talk about them all. Let's get quickly, because we are in overtime. Anybody want to put a bow on this? Any last comments on week 1? Nope.
I think it's going to be awesome. I mean, if last night was any indication of what we're going to look at tonight, you're going to see a ton of packed houses throughout the valley and some great football.
I think if you're in the stadium tonight, you should have your phones out and be watching. If you're going to pick one, Springfield, South Range should be on your phone wherever you're at tonight.
And don't forget about Audible Call. If you're going to do one thing in the stands tonight and you don't want to watch just one game, you need to turn on Audible Call. Mike Ackelson, Steve Leslie, the crew. I know Coach Seidel will be back here, talking to X's and O's for a little bit because we're so blessed that he works for us, and he'll spit a little knowledge and a little game, on these games tonight. So make sure you're watching the Audible Call. I'm sure it's going to be a great night on the network. But before we leave, there's one thing to do, boys. It's the What's Your Spark segment brought to you by Joe Dickey Electric. Positive spark, negative spark. McNuggies, what do you got?
Well, I mean, it's the first Friday night of the season. We get some football. We get packed houses for the first time in a couple of years. Beaver Local gets to show off their new turf to a packed house for the first time. It's going to be a great night all across the network, so I can't wait.
Paul, you ready for your spark? You ready for your showtime?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it just like he said, to piggyback off it, I mean, what more of a positive spark is there? It's Friday night football. It's week 1. Beautiful weather outside. It's going to be nice. I'm excited. I'm excited to get out there to Springfield and call this game tonight. And I do have a change, though, because the show's not over, so I can make a change while it's official. I'm going to change my pick to Struthers in that St. Thomas Struthers game. So.
Oh, no. I don't like it.
Until the show's over, you can
Wait,
change
who
your
made
pick.
that rule?
Yeah,
Who made that rule?
We're still here.
Who made that rule?
Paul made that rule. He has the eraser, DJ. Damn it.
He's
Cheating
got
already.
control
We
of the
haven't made it
spreads-
through 1
of
week,
the
and he's cheating
spreadsheet.
already.
Hey, it's still on the show, and it's official. So
Disrespectful.
There you go.
All right, let's go, Billy Mack. What's your spark?
I'm probably going to steal this from you, and my apologies, or you can kind of run with it after me. Is my spark is Steve Leslie. Happy birthday. Steve is 33 years old today, so congratulations to Steve. He's just awesome, dude. He does so many things for us, and at least for me, outside of just here, and he's just a great guy. I was telling Kate last night, he's one of those guys that is genuinely excited for everybody. Like, he's just, most of the time, he's genuinely happy for everybody. When anytime somebody does something good, he's genuinely excited and happy for them. So happy birthday, Steve! Today is your day, along with football, and you can catch him tonight on Audible Call.
ROMO.
My spark today, it's got to be positive. I mean, not only football coming back, but to kind of go with what Mike said. I remember Hubbard's first game on their new turf against Girard. It was just a magical night. I mean, there were festivities going on pregame, and then the game comes, and it's an amazing game. Hubbard comes out on top. There's just nothing like first game on turf for your home school. If anyone gets to experience that, there's just nothing like it.
EB?
My spark is, we kind of touched on it, but and if I screw up your last name, I'm sorry, but Ashley Macy's or Macias or from Howland. To be the little girl to score all the points in the game last night, the greatest, really, pun intended, off the football season. And here we are. So I expect a lot of good things to happen.
Mine is going to be kind of a dual prong positive charge and positive spark. Yes, Billy, you stole my spark right out from under my feet here. Steve Leslie, one of my best friends in the entire world, a guy that has believed in me and this company almost as long as I have. Thank you, not only for just being yourself, but happy birthday. I know this year is better than the last year, and I'm sure it was better than the year before. I'm proud of you. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited that in the next few years, this is where you're going to be every single day, and I'm going to work, and everybody here at this network is going to work extremely hard to make sure that dream comes true for you. Happy birthday. There'll be more celebrations here at the studio later, I'm sure. I'm already trying to make some things happen for you at the studio here tonight. If you have a chance, please say happy birthday to Steve Leslie. He means so much to all of us in so many different ways and in so many different places in our lives, both personal, professional, and spiritual. The second one, guys, I got to be honest, I've never had a night like last night. I was up till 4 a.m. trying to get everything kind of completed for today, and at the end of the day, literally everybody's timeline was filled with so much joy, excitement, and we were leading the way on it at YSN. The 4 groups that we had out last night did a phenomenal job. Steve was an unbelievable color guy, while I kind of had to take care of the camera and handle some things. But I will say this, is we've got 20 games tonight, and we are going to push that envelope, and we're going to do it better than anybody ever has. So if you thought last night was good, ladies and gentlemen, make way, because here comes YSN. The YSN Army's coming right to your door. We're knocking on it, and we're coming at you absolutely free. So let me tell you something, Mean Gene. If you want a million Hulkamaniacs and YSN Maniacs to run wild on you, brother, then you know where to go. ysnlive.com/live. Click the link. Go to the audible call. Do it upright. I don't know where the hell Billy Mack just went. I'm a little nervous.
He's going to come RKO you. That's what he's coming to do.
Yeah, snap her to a Slim Jim.
I did get scared for the RKO. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you at all. I had this guy. That's going to do it for our show. We're in
my final, Coach Guerrero.
We're in the dude. Everybody remembers that. I barely remember it, the chest bump. That's going to do it for the show today. Good luck to all our teams out there, whether you were picked or not. You know we love you because it's just business, baby. Best of luck to everybody. We'll see you from Toledo tomorrow on YSN. That game kicks off at 2 o'clock. We'll see you. Enjoy the show tonight. Make sure you tune in to the Audible Call. See you guys.